This is your onboarding for Fractal Video Shufflr. If you are new to YouTube automation, this is going to be the tool that you want to get used to first, as it will allow for you to do everything else you're going to need in YouTube automation. If you've already been doing YouTube automation, you're going to want to get used to using this tool because it's going to help you speed up all of the different processes that come with YouTube automation, from thumbnail creation to B-roll selection, clipping, shuffling, all the way down to script generation. There's a lot of things that go into YouTube automation, and Fractal Video Shufflr will solve all of that. So this is your onboarding video, and when you first open up Fractal Video Shufflr, you'll probably see something like this. It's a little overwhelming. So the first thing that I want you to know is that you don't have to use everything in the tool. Again, this software is designed to help solve YouTube automation, help connect all of the different dots that make the picture. So when you first open up the Shufflr, it might be a little confusing. So you'll see these little minus signs. Just go ahead and click those, and automatically things are a lot more clean. And so from this point, I really just want you to start by understanding where you are in your YouTube journey. If you are a new person just getting into YouTube, I really recommend watching videos on this channel about how to use this software, how to get the most benefit out of it. If you have been doing YouTube automation for a little bit, then I highly recommend just subscribing and keeping up with videos as I post them out. So this video, again, is your onboarding. So once you get in and you close all of your icons, you'll have the app, and from top to bottom, or left to right, we have the left sidebar here. And so here at the top, you'll have whatever plan that you have. So if you're on diamond, you'll have diamond. If you're on platinum, you'll see platinum here. And then at the bottom, you have the settings. And so if you click on settings, you'll be able to open up your settings, and this is going to configure specifically, this top video section is going to specifically configure what happens inside of create project. So you can change your settings for that specific section. Of course, there's stuff for the video layout and other options, but essentially the only thing you really probably are looking for is going to be up here at the plan button. Of course, you can click this and it will open up the plan management, so you can always click that and it will allow for you to manage your plan. Just sign in and you can unsubscribe or subscribe or whatever you need to do. So yeah, just click this and you can do that. And that's settings. So that's the left sidebar. In the middle here, you have all of your tools. So every tool that is in the app is here available. So if you opened up more tools, you'll see this. There is nothing else in the app other than these tools, as well as what's available under AI design. So if you look here in the middle and here on the left, this is every tool that's available in the app. And every single tool is designed, again, to help you with YouTube automation. At some point, you're probably going to need one of these tools, so it'll just be there for you whenever you need it. You don't need to use it every day. You may not ever use it, but if you do find a need, for example, for the music generator, maybe you have a very specific sound in your head that you want to create, you can use it, but you may not want to use that every single day. But again, these are all of the tools available, and I have gone over every single one of these tools on the channel. I will go over them briefly here in this video, but just going over the layout. The middle here is your tools. Then of course, if you scroll, you can scroll this middle section up and down, and you can see all of your projects right here. And this is everything you've created in the app. You can see it all right here. If you click the three dots, you'll be able to find that video on your system. You can rename this video, you can delete it, remove it from the list, or you can upload it straight to your YouTube channel. and that is extremely helpful. So that's the middle section. Of course, you can search for these projects, and you can press the gear icon to change this to a list, or you can keep it as a grid. And then of course here on the right, you have the My Channel. So if you are a pro, platinum, or diamond, you can connect your channel, and this is going to be your YouTube channel. You can connect it. You can see what competitors you've added. You can see your current stats, and you can also swap between channels. So if you want to add multiple channels, add multiple personal channels, and track multiple different stats, you can do that as well. Here you'll see we have a music player. So over here on the left, we have the library, and we'll go over that in a second. But the library allows you to download music, background music. And so if you have background music in your library saved, you can press play here, and it'll just play that in the background. And of course, if you press the settings here, you can adjust how that sounds, the background volume, and all that other stuff. Lastly, we have the current version. So your current version is going to be down here. If you click on it, it will also open up every release that is out. So if you wanted to download an old version, just go to the versioning here on the bottom right, click it, and you can download an old version from GitHub. Here is the point system. So every action that you do inside of the app will give you points, and the points you earn can be used to redeem cool stuff inside of the app. So you'll be able to do video generation, AI image generation. You'll be able to redeem points for free monthly subscriptions and other things like that. So definitely recommend just clicking that, and you can set your username, and you can start tracking your points and your current level, so you'll understand exactly how good you are at using the app, how much you've been using the app, and you'll eventually be able to redeem those points for good rewards. And so that's the general layout of the app. Very simple. Again, you have your plan, your settings on the left, you have all of your tools here in the middle, your history at the bottom, and then of course you can monitor your channel as well as earn points here on the right. So that's the very simple base app. Every time you open the app, this is what you'll get, this is what you see. And I would recommend just getting used to opening the app and getting used to where everything is. Nothing will move. So all of these tools will be here whenever you need them. You won't need them every day, but you might need them when working on something that is time consuming. The entire purpose of Fractal Video Shufflr is to help you save time. It is an automation software, a true automation all-in-one tool. And so you're going to really notice how many hours you're saving when you start using this tool. And as you use it more and more, you're going to really benefit just from not only noticing just how much time you have to do other parts of YouTube automation, but also how much time you have just in general, because it takes so much time to do everything you need to do, from research to editing to script writing to creating thumbnails, that this tool will make all of that so much easier for you. So let's keep moving forward. So after you're familiar with how this looks, you know, you got your left sidebar here, you got all your tools in the middle, you got your stuff on the right. The next thing you're going to want to know is how to, why you would be using this app. So the first reason you would use this app is to shuffle videos. So let's say that we have a video, and I'm just going to open up the image editor to use as a backboard here. But let's just say we have a video, right? And we have the very first page being page A, right? And so on page A, we have a image of one celebrity, right? And so on page B, we have an image of another celebrity. So let's say the first page we have Billie Eilish, and the second page we have Michael Jackson. And so in order, normally what you would do is you would go find a video for Billie Eilish, and it'd probably be 3 minutes, and then you cut it down to 5 seconds. Then you put it on your timeline. Then you go find a video for Michael Jackson. It's probably like 3 minutes. You find a certain part of that video, and you put it on the clip, and then you do that for every single part of your video. So you can do that, and that's the old school way of editing videos, and lots of people edit videos. Pretty much everyone edits videos like that. 100% of video editors editing videos like that. And I am saying that that is the old school way of editing. There's no reason to spend 5 hours going through hundreds and hundreds of hours of footage anymore. Now, when you open up Fractal Video Shufflr, just go to create project, and now you can easily start clipping videos. So let's say you have a bunch of movie clips, and you know that movie clips will get you copyrighted, but you still want to make a very nice edit. All you have to do is set this to 2 seconds, right? So these are going to be set in seconds. So this is going to be the minimum length that is going to get cut. So let's say again we have that Billie Eilish video that's 2 minutes. If we want only 5 seconds of that, we would set the minimum to 1, and we set it to 5, and then it would pull out multiple different parts of that Billie Eilish video, but it would only clip 1 second, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, anything between 1 and 5 seconds. So the idea is, back in our example, right? We had page 1 being Billie Eilish. If I wanted page 2 to be Michael Jackson, then I would just create page 2 being Michael Jackson. This will have the Billie Eilish video on it, and page 2 will have the Michael Jackson video on it. And then I would just set the min length to 1 and 5, and then of course I would set this total length to 10 seconds if I was only doing just Billie Eilish and Michael Jackson. But if I wanted to create a 5-minute video, then I could do it just like this, where the first 2 minutes and 30 seconds is all Billie Eilish clips. I can just add any number of Billie Eilish files. You can add any number of video or image files. It does not matter. You can add a ton of stuff here. You can add a ton of stuff here on page 2. And let's just say all of these are Billie Eilish, all of these are Michael Jackson. And then you just go to export video and shuffle and merge. And so that would create a 5-minute video using these assets. And so that's going to be the first way to really gain a lot of benefit from using this software, is when you need to do simple shuffle and merging and you want to organize it. You don't have to spend all that time inside of a video editor. Now you can just come in here, add the files you want, organize it how you need, and then just press export. And then from that point, you might have the video that you want, or you might want to take it into the advanced editor or into the video creator or into CapCut or some other program to continue your video edit. But the essential point is, whenever you open up Fractal Video Shuffler and you're trying to figure out what you need to do today, one thing that you can do is go into create project and start clipping up videos. And that will clip up the videos exactly how I just mentioned. Of course, you can always add voiceover, and the output will have a voiceover in the background. You can add background music. So you can create a full video. Let's say you wanted to create a video that is a bunch of jump cuts, and it doesn't need any special editing, doesn't need any text or anything like that. You can always do that. Just add all of your files in, add your voiceover and your background music, and export, and you have a video that's ready to upload to YouTube immediately. The last thing I want to talk about on the create section is extremely important. It's the find videos and find images. So another part of your YouTube automation journey is going to be looking for videos and looking for images. You're going to do this all the time. You're going to honestly get sick of trying to, or having to download videos and download other stuff online. So I highly recommend using the Explore tab. There are many ways to download images and to download videos inside of Fractal Video Shuffler. You can download them right inside of the app. So here's one way. Again, just opening up the app, clicking Create Project, and then clicking Find Videos. And you can find videos from a number of sources. You can download directly by the URL. You can paste multiple URLs, of course, and of course you can search. So if you wanted to search for literally anything, like you could search for anything that you wanted, and it would find it, and then you'd be able to just select it. And of course, you can always filter by certain types of videos, but just select it and then click add, and that'll add it straight into the page, and you'll be ready to go. Same thing with images. Just go into images and then just search, and it'll find all of those images for you, high quality, high definition images based off of whatever you entered, and it will allow you to select multiple images and then just add them in. And this is a really fast way to get assets and to get source videos for your project. And so that is the create section. So that is the first thing. All right, I just downloaded this software. What am I going to be doing? I'm going to be opening it up and going in the create project. I'm going to be clipping files and clipping and shuffling to create full videos, right? So after that, the next thing you will probably use Fractal Video Shuffler a lot for is downloading videos. So just like you can go in the create project and you can find videos, you can also open up Fractal Video Shuffler, open up more tools, and then click the video downloader. And this is the exact same thing, just in its own area. You can select from any number of video sources, and we will add more and more video platforms here as time goes on. There's hundreds of places that you can download videos from. And then you can just download and search, and you can download stuff directly to your system. And you can change the save location, and you can do this over and over and over. Same thing with the image downloader, right? You can enter in what you want, images or GIFs, and then download exactly what you selected. Speaking of downloads, if you looked over here in the left sidebar, you're probably wondering what the library is. The library is where all of the assets that you've downloaded in the software go. We also have tons of presets. So if you open up the library, you'll see that there's a lot of stuff in here that you can just download and use on your own. So let's say you don't have any ideas on like backgrounds or things you want to put in your video, just come in here. There's plenty, hundreds and hundreds of assets for you to use already handpicked. Just come in here, get the background music, background video, any sound effects you might want. There's hundreds of stuff in here. Of course, you can search through the assets. But yeah, no, this is a great place to store your assets. Of course, if you download it, it will remain inside of your library, so you can import it anytime into any of your projects. Super helpful, super useful. And then of course you can always go to custom and add your own files to your library. So let's say you wanted to build a library of files based off of a certain type of video you make. You can always come in here and create that, and those files will be super easy to get to. You can search them in your library and add them. So the library is something super helpful. It's available in every place in the app. And yeah, I highly recommend coming into the library and using it to manage your assets. So that's kind of the home page. That would be the main things that you would be doing on the home page. So like outside of like the video downloader and image downloader, you'd come in, you create your project, and then you'd of course be using the library to manage your assets. The last thing I wanted to go over is the settings. So the last thing I wanted to go over before going into all of the specific tools is the settings. So on the homepage hub, which is what this is called, if you go into settings, you'll notice that there's the manage storage here. And so of course you can always go to manage your settings or your storage settings. And so if you'll notice, every single thing that is downloaded into the app or in the library is downloaded into a specific folder. And so you can always change the name of that folder, and it will allow for you to control that. Of course, this managed storage shows you all of the files that the app is taking up specifically, so you'll know exactly what Fractal Video Shufflr is consuming on your computer. There are also buttons inside of there to delete specific files, so you can always clear your system of any files that you've been downloading, assets and stuff. You can quickly delete it and manage the storage in there. So that's your very basic onboarding for the home screen and the app itself, right? It's super simple, super easy. It seems overwhelming, but that's basically the bare minimum, right? So making videos, clipping videos, and understanding how the app is structured. Let's get into a little more advanced stuff, not very advanced. We'll say that for the last part of the video, but let's get a little bit more difficulty, right? So the next thing I want to talk about are the different tools. So if you notice here on the left, there's the video editing section. And so this is going to be the section that you will probably be using the most. So if you wanted to do any type of video editing, so the video creator is our state of the art video editor. No other video editor works like this. This is something that we created and it works entirely unlike anything else out on the market. And so you'll notice you can easily just add text to the board. You can drag that around. You can resize this stuff. And of course, you can change the content of what it says here on the right by just clicking into these. So the video creator is a video editor that is for people who are not technical. It's designed for anybody to just come in, make a video, go into file, and then export their video very, very quickly. You can write your script here on the left, and it will, of course, use that script whenever you're creating and using the Create with AI. So the video creator is extremely powerful. There's a lot to it, and I'll do a whole video going over the video creator. But in a nutshell, let's just talk about it right now. So if you wanted to generate a script with AI, you can just click this plus button and you can do that to generate a script using AI. If you wanted to just talk and it would type in your script, let's say you type or you talk way more than you like typing, you can just press this and it'll record your voice, and it'll record your voice and type in exactly what you're saying. Pausing will, of course, leave a period there and then add a space. So yeah, you can just do naturally talking into the mic and it'll write your script out exactly what you're saying. So you can generate script with AI, or you can use your mic to talk a script, or of course you can just type out a script, whatever you want, custom. If you click on this video or on the link icon here, then it'll open up add YouTube videos. And so if you wanted to add videos to your timeline, you can just paste those here, just like with the find videos or with the video downloader. You can just paste those videos here and you can add those directly into your project, or you can generate a script based off of those YouTube links, and it'll take that transcript and create a script written based on it. The last thing is the settings icon. So if you wanted to adjust what API or AI provider and AI model is being used to generate your script, you can change that there. And so that is the script section. So whenever you open up the video creator, the first thing you're going to want to do is write a script or paste a script or generate a script or talk about a script. The script is going to be the basis of everything. And of course, we'll go over the script shuffler later, but there is a tool in the app that writes scripts for you. But you can also do it right here. You can type in your own script, or you can, of course, use the generator. All right. And then, of course, here on the timeline, so the way the video creator works is, of course, we have the preview here, where you can, of course, click on different items and move them around. And then right under the preview, you have the timeline. So, of course, you can press play. And then here in the top right, you have the scrubber. And so the playhead. And so this is where you'll be able to drag between what time is being played. And then, of course, down here at the bottom, you can press play to press them to start and stop. You can, of course, duplicate and delete. And the time here with the clock next to it on the left, this is going to be how long this specific asset is going to play. And of course, you can drag to move things around. But yes, it's very, very, very easy to use. I'll go into deep detail on how to use the video creator, but it's pretty simple. And so that's kind of the middle section. And then of course, again, over here on the right, you have, if you click on an asset on the canvas, or if you click it down here in the timeline, it will pop open options for you to change the effect on it, any animations, the size, everything that you will be able to do in CapCut and other types of video editors. And so let's go now to the top bar here. And so here you have every single type of asset that you can add onto the timeline here. So you can very quickly add videos or images or audio, background music. You can quickly add those. And you'll notice that whenever you add a very specific type of file, you'll notice that it has a color code. So of course, audio, you'll notice different, or you will be able to very, very quickly notice what audio is, what text is, and so forth. The last thing I want to talk about, of course, you can explore using the find images and the find videos exactly like you can everywhere else. And then of course you can open your library to see your library and add anything that you have from your library directly into the timeline. So that's going to be super helpful for you. Then lastly, you can always toggle the right pane and the left pane by clicking these buttons here at the top. So if you wanted to have the full timeline view, you can do that as well. And then of course you can always change this to any kind of project name you want. And over here on the left, you can go to file and just make sure to save that project. And that is essentially the very bare basics of the video creator. Next, let's talk about the Create with AI. So you can always click Create with AI here, but of course, you probably noticed there are multiple ways to create with AI here under AI design, then also here in the middle. So yeah, whenever you're opening the app and you have Platinum, you can use Create with AI. And the idea of Create with AI is it's supposed to use AI to help you build a video very fast. And it does that extremely, extremely well. There are multiple ways that Create with AI works. It has a built-in AI editor that will not only generate AI images and videos for you, but it will also go out into the internet and source videos for you. So it'll go find YouTube videos, it'll go find stock footage for you, and it'll intelligently pick exactly what needs to show up right at the right spot in your script. So let's say you have a script about Michael Jackson. It's going to be able to pull specific clips, not only just about Michael Jackson, but about other things that are similar to Michael Jackson, and place them in your script. And your video at the end, once it's done, will be very, very close, and it'll match your script almost exactly. So whenever you open and you want to use Fractal Video Shufflr to create a video with AI, just click the Create with AI and it'll automatically open up the video creator, and it'll open up the Create with AI. And so it'll pull any script from your saved script list. And so again, I was talking about the script shuffler and we'll go over it, but you can save scripts in the script shuffler and it'll save it to your software and to Fractal Video Shufflr. So you can always open that later. Alternatively, you can type in a script inside of the video creator and it'll use the current script that you typed. Lastly, there are two other options. So if you wanted to generate a script from YouTube links, so same thing, if you had a bunch of YouTube videos, or maybe you had one video that you wanted to create a new idea based off of, you can paste that in here. And then lastly, we have a lot of popular niches that are baked into the app. So, for example, I'm sure you've seen stuff like Wojak stories where they're talking about like financial videos in a Wojak art style. That is one popular Faceless channel and a niche that we were able to implement into the app. So, if you wanted to just do it from one of our style presets, we have multiple different presets that are already confirmed and working right now. So, if you wanted to make any type of video like that, you can do that as well. And again, I'll go over this in the dedicated video creator video, but that is also something you can do when you open up the Create with AI. So again, there are multiple ways. If you wanted to just source from YouTube and like stock video and like copyright free video, just select your script and then click next. And then if of course you wanted to do an AI generated video, so like only using Nano Banana, only using VO3, you would go into the doing it from a popular niche. So like these are going to be fully AI generated, and that's why they're diamond only, because it's all AI generated. And so, yeah. And of course, if you just wanted to, instead of like automatically sourcing video footage, which is what happens if you just click next, that will automatically source YouTube footage. You're gonna also just generate it from the YouTube links, of course, and we'll use those videos. And so for step 2 of the Create with AI flow, this is for voice settings. So of course you can undo skip and just select your voice. It's gonna pull from your list of voiceovers that you have in the app. And we'll go over that in a second. But essentially, when you open up the app, you can configure voices so that you will be able to select an 11 Labs voice or Fish Audio voice, any type of voice or text to speech voice that will you can use here. And if you don't want to do that, you don't have to. You don't have to select the text to speech generation. You can skip it. Just make sure to set the length of the video that you want it to create. And then lastly is the really important part. So this is going to be configuring your AI editor. So the way Video Shufflr works is it will allow for you to configure exactly how you want the AI editor to create your video. So we have a couple of different presets here to help you get started. So like if you wanted to do like an A-roll video, you can do that where it's showing your face, or maybe it's showing an AI character that you have created. It's showing that face sometimes, and then sometimes it's showing stock footage, and then sometimes it's showing B-roll. So you can do that preset, or you can do the B-roll preset. Clicking these will select it, and then it will select the different features that make up that preset. So these are going to be built in by default, so you don't have to think about anything. You just select Faceless B-roll and click create. But what the Faceless B-roll is, it'll shuffle the videos. It'll add source videos, so it's going to grab source videos based off of your script and intelligently match it so that the script match, or the videos match with your script. And then of course you can always configure how you want each of those sections to look. And also if you want images, if you want background music, a whole bunch of different options that you can select. And so this is going to really allow for you to configure exactly what the final output looks like. And you'll be able to really control exactly what it is you want your video to look like. And so you can always click the save button here if you wanted to save your own custom preset. So let's say the preset that's default here isn't really what you want. You can select multiple other things and create your own preset. And the last thing I want to talk about is settings. So you'll notice that there's a setting icon here. If you click that, you'll get some settings down here. So the first settings I want to talk about is the source footage. So you notice here that you can add source videos, but you can also control how the source footage is done. So let's say you know that you want to only get videos from a certain YouTube channel. You can type in those certain YouTube channels here, and it will only use those YouTube channels to get videos. And this will allow for you to really configure your AI video editor and allow for it to only work exactly how you want it to work. And so you can do that. And then of course you can change the model and the provider that it uses for planning and prompts so that you can get exactly the output that you want. You can also provide any type of custom instructions so that the editor can use, but none of this is obviously necessary. It's only if you want to tweak the bot. And so that's going to be settings for the AI editor. There are also going to be certain settings for specific features. So of course you can change the videos per second and then a 600 for here. But let's say you have Diamond and you're choosing AI video or AI image video, you'll notice there are settings for specific features as well. So for the video generation, you'll notice that we are allowed to change very specific types of settings for the video generation as well as the image generation. So if we wanted to have a character or we wanted to change the style that the AI was generating for us, then we could do that here as well. And that's it. After you've configured the AI editor how you want, you just click create video and it will start creating your video. You'll notice the script was instantly loaded there because I clicked it, and yeah. So I'm going to close out of this, and from there, I think the very next thing that we can talk about, now that we've talked about the video creator, right? So over here under video editing, that was the video creator. You also notice there's an option here, and that's, you can get to it by just opening create with AI. And so that's the video creator in its entirety. The last thing is being able to change the resolution here, which is pretty straightforward. All right, I spoke a lot about scripts. So let's talk about the script shuffler. The script shuffler is going to allow for you to create scripts very easily. I have a lot of videos talking about the script shuffler, but it's very simple. You can record your voice, and the idea is that you add buckets, right? And you name your buckets. So like this is going to be like fact 1 or fact 2 or whatever. And then of course you would like drag a YouTube video. Let's say you wanted to add a specific YouTube URL. Something like that, which I did not do the YouTube URL correctly. But if you wanted to add like a website, you can do that too. Right. And then it will pull the information from the web page, from the YouTube. It'll pull the transcript. You can add documents or any type of file. And then over here on the right, you can talk to any AI that you configure here at the top. So if you wanted to write a script using GPT-4, you can do it. Maybe you didn't like that, start a new conversation, changed it to GPT-5 or GPT, any other GPT model. Or maybe you want to try Claude, just swap to that and then use that. Alternatively, you can go to settings here at the bottom, and you'll notice that we have custom prompts. So you can enter your own prompt if you want, or you can use any of the many default prompts that we have. So the script shuffler is super powerful. All you have to do is add all of the files that you want. Come in here, select the custom prompt that suits the type of video you're trying to make, and then click create script, and it'll write your script for you right here in the chat. Then you can ask it to change any part of the script for you, and it'll change that. And then once you're done making the script, just go to file. You can copy it to your clipboard, or you can save the script. And once you press save script, what it's going to do is it's going to save it into your saved scripts right here. So you can see how all of the different pieces are starting to fit together. It seems like a lot, but in reality, everything, it kind of it comes together, right? And so that is the script shuffler. So the last thing that I'm going to talk about in this onboarding video, because I have videos going over all of the other tools, but this video is just trying to get you caught up to speed on how to use Fractal Video Shuffler, what everything is and where it's at. So the last thing I want to talk about is my channels. So if you go into my channels, you'll be able to add any account that you have that you own, and then you'll be able to keep track of the stats here and keep track of all of your video stats, and everything. And it'll create a snapshot of your video or of your channel every single day. And so you'll be able to keep track of how you're growing every single day. You'll also be able to add competitors, so you will be able to continue to add anybody that you want to track and see how their stats are. If you want to track their videos, you want to try to do videos similar to them, you can always copy them as well, or add those, copy and paste their channel name in here and add those. And so, yeah, my channels is very, very useful for you as you are starting to use this app, because it'll allow for you to keep track of your stats and your competitor stats. That is the last thing in terms of medium advanced. The last advanced thing that I want to talk about in this video is going to be the niche finder. So the niche finder is extremely powerful because it allows for you to understand what topics everyone is talking about in the world and on YouTube specifically. YouTube is designed to surface topics that people are clicking on, and this niche finder shows you every topic on YouTube that people are clicking on. And so you can quickly see what videos are getting the most views, and you'll quickly see which videos are getting the most comments, what's getting the most likes. And honestly, I would just make videos either exactly about these videos or very, very, very close to the topic, because you cannot go wrong. You will definitely make a lot of money on YouTube by just making videos very similar to the ones you see here. In the idea browser, again, I've had many videos going over the niche finder, so this is kind of a quick rundown. But in the idea browser, this is another really strong, powerful way to get video ideas, to iterate, and to get data. So you see this very interesting thumbnail. Let's say we can click edit video. There's multiple different ways. So you can shuffle the script, which will take you straight to the script shuffler, and it'll let you rewrite the script from this video. You can also redo the thumbnail. So if you went ahead and click remix thumbnail, which I already had one loaded up in here, but if you click remix thumbnail, you'll notice that the thumbnail gets loaded up directly in the thumbnail creator. And then now all I have to do is go over here, click simple recreation, and it'll recreate that thumbnail for me. So there is definitely a very, very easy way to use this software to get everything that you need done with YouTube automation just very, very quickly. Very, very quickly. And so I highly recommend that you test out the software. Highly recommend that you give it a shot, and that if it seems like it's overwhelming, then just rewatch this video and you will start to understand exactly how to use the Fractal video shuffler to do what you want with YouTube automation, and to never get burnout, and to stay consistent, which is the number one way to get monetized on YouTube, and the number one way to break free and to finally become financially free. I believe that YouTube automation is one of the best ways to do that. And I think this tool will allow for you to be able to do that. So I just want to thank you very much for making it to the end of this video. It means a lot to me for sitting here and listening to me ramble. I hope that this tool will really allow for you to get monetized, and I hope that I really do hope that this helps you and that it helps you grow. That's all I got. If you like this video, if you like my software, please leave a like. Please leave a like on this video. And comment below. Let me know what your favorite part of the software is. That's all I got in this one. I will catch you all in the next one. I really, really do appreciate your love and support, and I'll see you next one. Make sure to subscribe. Peace out.